Good evening, friends. It's indeed a pleasure to welcome you all to our Friday evening talk on a very relevant and interesting topic, robotics and AI, trends and transformation by Dr. Ronak Shodhan, who is an expert in robotics and also he is a faculty at the Geo Institute, Navi Mumbai. Now he's an adjunct faculty. Of course, I'll be introducing him. And it's so nice to see an audience across all ages, because this is a new age topic. But then today, technology, we live with technology. Like once upon a time when electricity was discovered, we cannot live without it. Today, it's with IT, you name it, internet or whatever, So this digital age is so much growing exponentially and transformed our lives that it is technology that has changed the way we live, the way we work, the way we communicate, and so on. It can go on. So I don't want to intrude the time. But then the journey of it started pehla ke apne when computers came apne kehta ke bhai dikri computer ma bhane che, IT term પણ નહોતી. IT was income tax those point of days. But today with the blending of computers and communication, the terminology IT, which encompasses so many things, we are living with it. And then in today's time, more than the internet came about 25 years back, but today where things are going, we talk of terms like AI, artificial intelligence, machine learning, so much jargon, artificial, augmented reality, virtual reality, all that. We'll not go into all that the expert will talk. Of course, robotics came when computers were there, mainframe computers, and robotics came as an application of, a powerful application of robotics, which let the expert will talk. But then these things came, and again, when we talk of AI or machine learning, the back thing is data analysis. It's ultimately playing with data. And I was just chatting with Arpan a few minutes ago about, in those older days, those who were students in those time, maybe my time, the word data analysis was not very fashionable or used very academically. ત્યારે statistics ની વાત કરતા આપણે. It was ultimately playing with numbers was statistics. So, to quote, Mark Twain, lies, damn lies and statistics. The older generation will remember. કે કોઈને તમે argument કરો, lies, damn lies is more lies. But when you play systematical with data you present, you can defeat all those lies also, with correct figures. So again, relating that, that today it's the age of immense data analysis, with earlier humans were doing, what the computers are doing. And today, I will not say that things have grown. Yes, they've definitely grown, but they've become scary also. I'll use that term. You all know how things with artificial intelligence, it has gone to such an extent, the exponential growth has gone so much that, we are afraid of deep fakes and a lot of other things, which is a subject by itself. And to talk about relevance of the artificial intelligence, I think this has started playing on its own, Ajay. AI is working, So to talk about this, we have Dr. Ronak Shodhan, who I'll introduce very briefly. And he's a distinguished professional with an impressive academic journey and a decade-long tenure with General Motors in the United States. And Dr. Shodhan holds a B.Tech in Chemical Engineering from the prestigious IIT Kanpur, and further enhancing his skills with an MS in Industrial and Operations Engineering from University of Michigan. Notably, he earned his PhD in the cutting-edge fields of robotics and artificial intelligence from Purdue University in the United States. And those are the days where robotics was fairly new and applied in so many fields, including space, aircrafts, and industry, of course. And with a wealth of experience, Dr. Shodhan has contributed significantly to the corporate realm, dedicating a decade to General Motors. And beyond his corporate endeavors, he has assumed roles of great responsibility and leadership, serving as the Dean of Students at DIICT that's the Dhirubhai Ambani Institute of Information Technology at Gandhinagar, and then as charge of the director of the Ahmedabad Robotics Club and the Center for Robotic Careers and the Anand Gyan Foundation. As I mentioned, he's currently now an adjunct faculty with the Geo Institute, Mumbai, a very prestigious institute. And We've known Ronak Bhai. He has even conducted robotics, workshops for children during our summer workshops at AMA. And his wife Namrata Ben, who is here, she's a very well-known devotional singer working, for the welfare of kidney patients. And of course, daughter Aradhana was also around, who is a budding singer. And what sets Dr. Shodhan apart is not only his academic and professional achievements, but also his unwavering passion for mentorship, motivation, and innovation. He loves to interaction with students, guide students in his field. His enthusiasm in guiding and inspiring others is evident through his roles as a mentor, motivator, and innovator. Today, we have the privilege to welcome Ronak Bhai, and I don't want to intrude more time. And once again, I welcome Ronak Bhai, and as per the AMA tradition, I'll just welcome him with a memento and a flower. Please, all yours, Ronak Bhai.
Good evening, everybody. We are just going to start. I'm very happy to see so many really youngsters out here, because for them the world is full of opportunity, and a lot of other seniors and colleagues. This is such a field that even today I'm learning new things. So while talking to everybody, my wife, she's a singer, so she knows exactly where to put the mic. Maybe one day we'll have AI-related mic, it will get up. So today, I'm very happy, thanks to AMA, Divyesh Bhai and Unmesh Bhai and the team, that they've given me this opportunity to share this stage with you. Very happy. I want to start with some questions. Anybody can, this is not for robotics and AI, you can open any YouTube or anything, then you'll get tired reading about it. Correct? So many things are there. What I want to share with you is that, okay, you can read from that, but how to digest it? What is really happening? Let's say there are thousands of new applications. You go to a restaurant, they might have thousands of things in menu, but that doesn't mean that you're going to eat them all. So I'm trying to do something here that would give some kind of a focus to your thoughts, that how robot is going to come and what is AI. And basically I had made this thing for robotics and AI, but while I was preparing for robotics, the AI has become integral part of robot now. So instead of going for full-fledged AI, I put part of it into robotics, this thing here. Correct? So let me start. My question that I want to ask is that, how do you people feel? Is robotics and AI good for human race or not? People who believe it is not good for human race can raise their hand. And somebody said unemployment? Okay, so we'll talk about that also. And so it looks like most of you feel it is good for the human race. Yes. Correct? Even ChatGPT can come and thousands of people can lose their jobs. Still it is good. Yes. Correct? Why it is good, we'll discuss that. Right? But I'm very glad that there's a positive crowd here. Because whenever I go, even the new students that we hire at Geo Institute, in the interview they ask, sir, I'm doing this, but my family says you are going into the wrong field. It's going to get rid of so many jobs, right? So let's start with it. Now, I see a lot of robo and AI enthusiasts. There is some place in Ahmedabad that all of you should visit. Can anybody say that? What place is it? Science City. What is there? What is it called? Have you visited? Okay, not. How many people have not visited the Robo Gallery? Oh, I think we should take a tour from here. It's a wonderful place. I was there when they laid the stone. Correct? So, I'm going to give about 2 minute. Is it working now? Okay. So let's begin with, right in Ahmedabad, the first robo gallery of India and probably in the Asia. This part of it, it's there. So let me start with that to just set the stage that we can.
रोबोटिक गैलरी 11,000 स्क्वायर मीटर के विस्तार में निर्मित रोबोटिक गैलरी इंटरैक्टिव गैलरी के रूप में अत्याधुनिक रोबोटिक टेक्नोलॉजीज का निदर्शन है, जो मुलाकातियों को प्रगतिशील रोबोटिक क्षेत्र से अवगत होने का अवसर प्रदान करता है। यहाँ ट्रांसफॉर्मर रोबोट की विशाल प्रतिकृति आपको प्रवेश द्वार पर ही अचंभित कर देती है। अपनी तरह का अनूठा तैयार किया गया मानवी और रोबो के बीच वार्तालाप करते सामाजिक अभिगम वाला ह्यूमनॉइड रोबोट मुलाकातियों का अभिवादन करेगा और उनको यहाँ की सुविधाओं से परिचित करवाएगा। यह रोबोट आनंद, आश्चर्य और उत्साह की भावनाओं को व्यक्त करते हुए मुलाकातियों से बातचीत भी करेगा। गैलरी की हर एक मंजिल पर अलग अलग क्षेत्रों में रोबोट की उपयोगिता और लाभ का निदर्शन है, जैसे कि मेडिसिन, एग्रीकल्चर, स्पेस, डिफेंस और दैनिक जीवन में रोबोट की उपयोगिता। अनोखा वीआर जोन मुलाकातियों को विशाल आभासी दुनिया के सफर में ले जाएगा। रोबोटिक गैलरी का सफर रोबोट कैफे की मुलाकात के बिना अधूरा है। यहाँ रोबोट शेफ खाना बनाएंगे और रोबोट वेटर्स आपकी जगह पर आकर खाना पेश करेंगे। 79 प्रकार के 200 से अधिक रोबोट और विभिन्न प्रकार के रोबोटिक वर्कशॉप किट वाली रोबोटिक गैलरी सच में रोबोटिक्स के लिए वन स्टॉप डेस्टिनेशन है।
So I want to just stop here. I mean, this can go on and on. But when you see this, we talk about the future trends that are happening. So all these things are happening. So where here you see is there is robot like a humanoid. There is a robot as a machine. There is a robot as a surgeon. There is a robot as a farmer. Correct? So where are we going? And when will we reach there? Correct? So that's what I want to do. I'll just finish it. There is a wonderful goodbye to our CM. So now, any questions? I want to keep it interactive. And now then I'll start getting into the details of the robotics. So what is the first message that you got from this video? Anybody? Pinakin? Automatic? Automatic world. Yes, yes, yes. But would it be good for us? Yes. So the answer is that the robot can do most of the tasks better than a human being. Yeah, correct. So precision is there, correct? So is it the precision of the robot or the human being? Correct? But human being, suppose I'm doing surgery, brain surgery, I have to breathe, isn't it? So when I breathe, there will be some vibration. So robot is free of those things. That's why the precision goes up. So why robot or why the machines are better in many ways, we'll look into that, correct? Now we are talking about the future trends of robots and AI. This started about 3-4 years ago. I'm going to show you some of the things. Again, these are 2 to 3 minute clips, but I want to set the stage. So then when I talk about robots and what it is, you'll find that okay, actually this is nothing, right? But how it has evolved. Okay, so we'll go to the next one. Now this is the research, and it is going to talk about
Have you ever pondered about the future of robots? We are living in an era where technology is evolving at an astonishing pace. Robotics and artificial intelligence, once the stuff of science fiction, are now rapidly advancing, converging to create beings that surpass the definition of machines. They're becoming entities capable of learning, adapting, even thinking. Robots are no longer just our creations. They are becoming our companions, colleagues, even friends. Now, imagine waking up in the year 2030 to a world where robots are a part of everyday life. The sun rises on a typical day in 2030, and with it your personal robot assistant springs to life. Imagine waking up to the smell of freshly brewed coffee, your breakfast already prepared according to your dietary requirements, and your home sparkling clean. This is not a luxury hotel experience, but an ordinary morning in the year 2030. Your personal robot assistant, a common household item, has already been up for hours, ensuring that your day starts smoothly. As you get ready for work, your robotic assistant is busy packing lunches and getting your children ready for school. No more morning hustle and bustle or forgotten homework. The robot even drives your kids to school, ensuring they arrive safely and on time. At work, robots are just as prevalent. They handle routine tasks, allowing you to focus on the complex and creative aspects of your job. They sort through data at speeds we can only dream of, making your job easier and more efficient. They even attend meetings, taking notes and reminding you of important deadlines. In the health sector, robots have become an integral part of patient care. They assist in surgeries with precision that surpasses human capabilities, reducing the risk of complications. They monitor patients' vitals around the clock, alerting medical staff of any changes. After a long day, you return home to find dinner ready, the table set, and your favorite music playing softly in the background. While you unwind, your personal robot assistant helps your kids with their homework, ensuring they understand the concepts. But robots are not only workers, they have also become companions. They can engage in conversations, play games, and even provide emotional support. They understand and learn from human emotions, making them more than just machines. As the day ends, the robots retreat to their charging stations, ready to serve again the next day. This is the future we are heading towards. Now you might be wondering, what does this mean for us, the humans? As we gaze into the crystal ball of the not-so-distant future, we can see a world where robots are an integral part of our lives. By 2030, the advancements in robotics will dramatically improve efficiency and quality of life. Robots will not only take over repetitive and mundane tasks, but they'll also be capable of performing complex procedures that require precision and consistency. Imagine a world where robots perform intricate surgeries, manage traffic flow, or even help in household chores. The possibilities are endless, and the benefits undeniable. But, as with any technological advancement, this future comes with its own set of challenges. A significant concern is job displacement. As robots become more capable, there's a risk that they may replace human jobs, leading to a potential rise in unemployment. Additionally, there are ethical considerations to grapple with. As robots become more intelligent and autonomous, questions arise. Who is responsible if a robot makes a mistake? How do we ensure that robots are programmed to make ethical decisions? As we stand at the precipice of this new era, it's crucial that we don't just blindly embrace these advancements. We need to have open dialogues, comprehensive regulations, and robust checks and balances in place to ensure that the rise of robots benefits all of humanity. As we step into the future, we need to harness the potential of robots while also addressing these challenges. So, what part will you play in this robotic future? It's a question that beckons us all to ponder, to consider, to dream. The revolution in robotics is not an exclusive club. It's a global movement that welcomes everyone from every walk of life. You don't necessarily have to be a scientist or an engineer to contribute. You could play your part by investing in AI companies, supporting initiatives that promote responsible AI use, or perhaps you could simply choose to stay informed to understand the changes that are unfolding around us and to engage in conversations about this new era. So I encourage you to become a part of this fascinating journey. Dive into the world of robotics and let's navigate this sea of change together. After all, the future isn't a train that leaves the station whether we're on board or not. Remember, the future is not something that happens to us, it's something we create. So let's embrace the future of robots and make it a future that benefits us all.
So now, I'm going to start my presentation. This is just a preview. 2030, this again, people are talking about it. So we have to learn from this that this is where we are going. So do we want to join them or you want to sit by the line and watch them, correct? I think the pleasure will be in joining them. Okay? So now this is the presentation. Now, as I said, I'm currently with the Geo Institute as an adjunct professor, mentor and program advisor. Now about Geo Institute, just want to let you know that it is just like IITs, which are supposed to be extremely prestigious institutions. Geo Institute is one of the institutes of eminence, which PM Modi ji, this is dream that like Nalanda, Takshashila, India was the leader in education, academics, all the research and culture. Right now, we cannot boast that. He said his dream is, can we make those kind of institutions here? So to bring back glory of Takshashila and Nalanda. So it's really an effort. Now you cannot become like that overnight. It takes decades. You have to do research, you have to prove yourself. That's what they are working on. And I was glad that I was invited there to be part of the team. My education, as he said, I'm not going to go into it. I did my PhD in Artificial Intelligence and Robotics in 1989. So that time, I myself did not know what I'm getting into. But since I was working with General Motors, and they had 40 robo, they were working on the assembly line, but the production was going down because they could not communicate. So when there was a part that did not come properly, the robo will just stand and wait. It could not understand that this is the same part, I can pick it up, turn it around, I can work. The human can do that. Plus, human will also shout at the previous guy, what are you doing? So that communication skills, the intelligence was not there at the earlier robot. And that's why I got fascinated. I went there and it was a fascinating journey of 7 years. So I did that. So basically, I have 40 years of academic experience teaching, mentoring students to bring out their best, and 45 years experience in industry. Started working in 1976 in America. So that's my experience. What I've done so far, I've stayed away from the industry in terms of actual employment. But I've done a lot of innovative and entrepreneurial efforts. So I started computer careers in 1998 when there was Y2K problem. Many of the seniors might know about it. So that time the people were charging lakh rupees plus for the course, but still the students were not satisfied. So I started the Center for Computer Careers for the people who could not afford 1 lakh rupees. So for 10,000 rupees, I had a course where NIIT and APTEC teachers were coming and sitting in, because they knew very shallow knowledge. So I got 600 plus there. Then in 2002, I started Ahmedabad Robo Club, and we won a couple of Robocon finals. Then founder of Innovation and Creative Club then I thought that the students who are coming to me, they are about college students. So one of my things is it is better to build children than to repair men. Because by the time they come in college, a lot of their thoughts are already there so I started this for the 10 plus young minds, and amazing response. So trying to put them on the right path and focus them. I also experimented with the 10th failed institute, because to me, to tell you that while I was doing my PhD in robotics, I was trying to find a human in the computer. After I finished it, when I see a person, I see a computer. So when I saw 10th failed children, I found that it was not their fault at all. It was the fault of the society, of the circumstances. So started an experiment, and I want to revise it with better support and resources in coming year. And as he said, I was a Dean of Students at DICT and set up many programs of IT in the late 90s and early 2000. And this is just my cut on my PhD research. 1989, a computer consultant. See, a consultant, now let's get into the thing. What is it? A consultant you go to, why do you go to a consultant for something? Consultant gives you a recommendation, correct? Gives the recommendation using all the expertise that he or she has. So I had put that kind of expertise for manufacturing design and operations. And flexible manufacturing means robotic systems, because robot can do a lot of things, correct? So 1989 till now, so it's about 34 years. And I did not know that it is going to pick up so fast. We had made lofty goals, and so overall I got 41 years long journey in the sea of AI and robotics, because I started my PhD in 1982. So 1982 to 2023 is about 41 years. I learned a lot, and I'm still learning. I'm telling you, today also I was preparing it. So many things are happening. Every day new things are happening. It's fascinating. If you have positive attitude towards it, you'll enjoy it. So I had written down a lot of things, but during 80s, there were big promises by researchers all over the world. But then what happened? In early 90s, they call it the winter of AI. Means everything went down because memory was not there and speed was not there. And how to combine the two things, intelligence with robots, they were working on it. So, basically, I am extremely positive about role of robotics and AI in the world, and I'll tell you how I look at it. Now today, making sense of robotics. That's why I want to be interactive. So if there's any question, you can ask me. For professionals and students, I can see a lot of students also sitting in the back, and there are many professionals here. So robots are all over the place. But how do I begin? A lot of people have questions that, okay, but where do I begin? How do I begin? So we need to talk about it. Google and YouTube, there is so much information that there is an information overload. You just don't know, suppose I'm looking for a job, I get 1 or 2 offers, I'll be happy to select one, but I got 50 offers. That's what is happening in the world, right? So now, those interested can learn and know at their leisure. But my thing is, my focus should be on highlights of these 2 technologies in such a way that which are the ones that I should follow. You cannot do everything, correct? Even after your school and college, you pick up one career. So if robots are all over the place, and some of the things I'll talk about, most of you may not have heard it, because they are still in the research stage. But they are coming so fast. You hear about it today, and the next year, they are already in operation. What to look forward in the near future, and how to accommodate and integrate these ever-growing and positive technologies in our daily lives. That's where we are lacking. Everyone probably has heard about robots for a long, long time. But I asked them that in your daily life, is robot playing an important role? Most people will say no. Correct? Even I myself have done research in it, I work in it. Still, I'm not that connected with it. So how can we integrate? One is, of course, the cost is very high. Other thing is, we still have the same functions done by human being at a lesser cost. Correct? So sometimes, I talk to a lot of people. I said, why I prefer robot than a human? Because, let's say, our chef, I tell him that this evening I'm going to come, I want to eat chicken, dokla, and all the goodies. So I do my work and come home, and I open the thing and I says, sir, khichdi aur kadi khane ki aapko. I said, kyo? He said, 2 weeks ago the doctor came and I had understood, I had listened that you should lose your weight. So the human can put in that way, robot will do exactly what it is programmed to do. Now we are putting some decision making into that, correct? But basically that's why precision is there, follow instruction is there, right? So what to learn about human race, evolution, and that's the last thing I'm going to talk about. How we should look at robo and AI. So that is what we are going to talk about. Okay, now this is very important. We all have talked about amoeba. How many cells does an amoeba have? Achha, I thought you were holding that. Now anybody can say, does amoeba have intelligence? It has intelligence to do what it is supposed to do. Correct? This is the first thing we learned in 1982 about intelligence. Correct? Now amoeba also has some physical form. So when you have some physical form and the basic intelligence, you can survive. Correct? Now look at the fly. The fly, we see it and we don't like it. Correct? But think about the machine that is a fly. Correct? It's less than half an inch. I put a little drop of sugar here. From somewhere, it will come, and even if there are 50 come, they are not going to collide with each other. They will land right there, they'll finish their work and go away. See, set your mind into this thing, because that is when you'll start appreciating how robots are being designed and how they are going. So to do that, fly needs 2 or 3 things. Correct? Anybody would tell me what are those things? Can think about? Huh? Vision. But this is here and the fly is outside. Okay. Right. Correct. So how would you put nostril? I'll put it as a sensor. It's a smell sensor, right? Now we cannot smell the sugar probably, but somehow those particles are going around. And the other one is, as it is coming, so the senses stimulate something in your mind. Correct? So it needs three things. One is the sensors. The second thing is mind. Now, how big is the mind of the fly? The fly is half inch. So that thing is probably 1/10 of an inch. It has got big eyes, all the things. So it could be just few bites. Correct? But it can come. It doesn't hit into anything. So something that stimulates you or starts something is called sensors. Then the sensors are giving you some information. When that information is organized and made sense of, I'll drop here, let's say, a spoonful of mirchi. Would the flies come? But the particles have gone there. It has the eyes. Correct? So that mind is the one that makes use of this information or the stimulus, and then actuator, the wings. Will the fly coming here walking? But if it is only 2 inches away, it won't fly. So it has got legs, it has got wings. So it's a simple game of sensors, mind, which is knowledge base, and action. So this is it. So no matter where we go, these principles are not going to change. No matter whatever mathematics we do, the tables are going to be tables. Plus, minus are going to be that same thing, percentage. Those are the basics. Now, how you extend it, that's what we do. Mosquito, of course, same thing. Ant, this is my favorite one. Now, ant is probably 1/50th of the fly, little ant. That also is divided into 3 parts. And the smallest part is the head. Would anybody say that the ant is not intelligent? Ant is not a robo. It's a perfect robo. But we take it for granted. There's so much to learn from it, and the real scientists are learning from that. Correct? So pay attention to these things, and the new researches that are happening are based on the natural phenomena. Whatever is around this, nobody is finding new things. Correct? So these are the characteristics that we can talk about. Just want to apologize that I was out of town for 2 weeks. It happened after I got for this. So I made a very nice presentation also, other than this dry one. But just the final ends have not met. So it's not there, but if they allow me, we'll put it up on this thing so you can see it. Okay, so now, of course, cockroach, they said, no matter World War III or 4 or 5 will come, man may not be there, but cockroach will be there. Correct? So think about it, that what are these things? So these are all natural phenomena. We learn from it. And that's why we call it artificial intelligence. And robot is just a machine, It works on these 3 things, senses, this and this. But how to apply that knowledge, that's where the AI plays a role. Okay? Now let's come to the robo. A machine that follows a set of instructions using its senses or sensors and actuators. Those are the things to perform a variety of operators. It is flexible in, see, why robot became important because people wanted to improve their production. Now, for 3-4 different operations, they have to get 3-4 machines. So they said, this robo, it can be given instructions through a computer. So it can, chalo, this part is done. Okay, like for example, human being, carpenter. He wants to cut it, he will bring the saw. He wants to nail it, hammer. The same person doing all these things. The tools are changing. So the robo was mainly from that point of view. That you change the tools, same machine, and you program it to do different things. And originally, when the robo was designed, which I worked with, Unimate, it did not have its own logic or intelligence. But today's robo, I'm talking about in the last 5 to 10 years, that they are becoming learning. So we give them little knowledge, from there they can learn. Again, how do they learn? We give the algorithms. So that's how they learn. But still, once you put it in, it can do different things. Correct? It's not intuition, but the knowledge keeps growing based on the algorithm. It can do many types of operations with appropriate tools and instructions. Correct? So basically, those are the things we need. And it is mostly a mechanical device with various components and functions using natural forces and external energy forces. Now, look at it. We looked at the gallery here, Ahmedabad Robo Gallery. You should go and visit it. You'll be really happy to see robo all dressed up. But when you remove all those things, what do you see? The gears, the levers, correct? There is a battery box somewhere. Wires are there. I mean, all the things are there. So the humanoid that looks very handsome or beautiful understands things, acts, welcomes you. Basically, these are the things. But then how we extend it? We extend it with natural forces and energy resources, not forces. So natural force, because without force there is no movement. There is no action, correct? So that's how we do it. Basically, a robo has no emotions as of now. No logic of the previous one, but now the logic, we are putting it which can be improved. And it does not ask questions. This is the original one I'm talking about, but now we are moving to the AI one. Now, just let me go through this. It's a long one, but anybody who is interested, this is an excellent, it's a Wikipedia. But there are so many links in that thing. So if somebody wants to do that thing, so let me just open it up and I'll stop at a few of these. Okay, history of robots. Why I'm putting it here, that people have a lot of questions. Now, it's like an ocean. There is all that information in 1 hour I cannot put. But what I put here is, it tells you probably the best resource for a quick look at what is a robo. And basically, I'll want to go here and read. I mean, they were there long time ago, machines and all. But the word robo, anybody knows where it came from? It was by a person called, let me see, right here, 1900s, correct. 1910 and 1920. Right here, this is the guy, Karel Sipek, correct? He was a Czech writer, Czechoslovakian. He wanted to write a play in which he wanted to create a character that the human being says, okay, you do it for me. I don't want to do it. I don't want to lift this thing. I don't want to take it there. So he imagined a character that is helper to the human being. And that was called, he gave a name Robo. So that is why it became this thing. So why were they designed in the first place? Even in imagination, they were there because they were supposed to do the job, that menial job that human is not meant to do. Human is supposed to do intelligent work. Correct? So he is supposed to be the person who coined that word, and then we know about it. And then in 20s, 30s, 40s, okay, all this time technology was moving, but they were still mechanical ones that time. Then 60s, 50s and 60s, Marvin Lee Minsky, cognitive and computer scientist, he started adding computer programs with the robo. Correct? 70s came and 80s. This is when I got into it. Industrial robots were just coming into the play. And they were simple, pick and place type. But they have a lot of, you can change the the hand out there. So it went on, and really changes started coming by the 2010. Because the processing speed, because of the computers and mobile. So right now my mobile is about this big. It can do work that in 1980 a computer 3 times the size of the room could not do. Correct? This one has 1 TB, we were using floppies. Correct? So really started coming up in the last 10 to 15 years, and you can go through that. So it's a wonderful collection of all that you need to know to start appreciating, especially for the students. They need to start working on it to get a feel of it. And every link is given here. So one can do the research and do that. So from that, what I got, from the BC, before Christ, thousands of years ago, mechanical robo and their mention was there. Correct? And then 1921, we gave a name robo to that, and they were supposed to be biological beings in that context to perform unpleasant and menial tasks. Correct? Now it has changed because now we have put intelligence in it. So what are the initial objectives of robo? To help human beings in doing menial tasks, to work in adverse. For example, today there is a nuclear plant, and somebody out here is given a job offer to work in that. Family said, don't go and work. Right? There is always chance of nuclear leak or something. A robot has no problem. A robot can go and work there. Space programs, you want to work something outside maintenance of the spaceship. The human can be trained to do it, but there is always a chance. The robot can go and do it. Something that the temperature is very high, maybe 150 degrees or minus. So, to work in adverse environment, robo can do it. To do work continuously without break. We put it out there because we had to give break for the lunch break to the people in USA. Then leaves will be there. Robot 24/7, it can work on it. And tasks that are humanly impossible. Basically, is to simply follow the commands. No logic, intelligence to make decisions on their own. So these were the objectives of initial robots. And they can be manufactured en masse. So we want 50 of them. They are ready. We just, one program we put it in, they can work on it. And the benefits also, that man is free to perform high level. So now those tasks are given to the robo. So the man can now do more intelligent tasks. These were the original goals. But still, man keeps doing menial tasks. More and more menial tasks. So hopefully, we can get out of it. So robo, from that point of view, was a way to, originally, the brain is here, but how much brain we use and engage? Very little. no hassle work completion. They can, you order done, better consistent performance, quality improvement. So with that thing, I have this thing, but let me not put a video now. Let's go into this. Now, what are the trends? How many people have used or learnt about cobots? We talk about robots, right? Anybody here has heard about cobots? Okay, I'll talk about it. How about software bots? Robots, software bots. New thing. There are so many, there are probably thousands of these. I have picked up about 11, 12 that are immediately good for us. Okay? So, what are the trends in robotics? First thing is artificial intelligence and machine learning. Anybody aware about machine learning? AI though we have heard. Okay, very few. So machine learning, why it is becoming, we talked about data analytics, right? People, it's a job where you get data, you analyze it. But you analyze it and then decision is to be made by you. But now the data, every day, how many people go on to Amazon to buy? Billions. Now, who can sit and analyze that data? Impossible. So, machine learning is the science that takes data analytics to the next stage. Data science and machine learning, all that data that is coming, it could be coming, we call it big data, billions and billions of data, and that is changing, it is growing. So machine learning using statistical models, using mathematics, calculus, integration, etc. It creates a model, it uses neural networks. So the neural network is basically our brain makes decisions based on neurons. So neurons has three things. They receive receptors and then transmitter. So whatever happens, and inside it's a chemical reaction and a bit of electrical impulse. Nervous system we talk about. We still haven't figured it out. We know that if this happens in this part of the brain. But what is that reaction? And how does it happen? We don't know that yet. But people made models, neural networks, and they came up with their own theories how to train them. So you give it's all mathematics, I don't go to get it, but it can mimic human mind to a certain degree. So the machine learning allows, the data is coming in, data is analyzed, they build a model, and then using the intelligence that this is good data, this is bad data, I want to introduce a new product in the market. They said, oh, Ahmedabad is not a good market for it. I said, how did you find out? Then the data goes into it, finds out that so many products similar were introduced before for the similar the population, they failed. So based on that, they will say that for this one, you should go to a village. For this one, you go to a tier 1 city. So all these things are happening and it is helping you improve your decisions. But to handle so much data, we cannot do it. So the most significant robotic, first one is AI and machine learning integration with robots. Correct? Biju, the second one is cobots. Now this is a trend that is becoming very popular in the just recent years. It's a collaborative robots. Like I want to do some work and I know you can help me. So we can work together. But that is human together. Here there is one robo or many robots and one human being. So working hand in hand, I want to do some welding, I'll hold it because that other robot cannot hold the way I want to do it, and the robot will do the welding. I want to do something where that painting is going inside, I have to do some real big fixture to hold that part. So I said, no, I'll hold it and the robot will paint it. So cobots are called. It's fastest growing one of the trends in the world right now in robotics. Then there is soft robotics. No, initially it was all made of metals, but now plastic, pliable material. So suppose you want to work with the glass, you can't have a metal thing to lift it and hold it. It can just break. Now a plastic will come, hand made of fingers. So these are done with soft materials. So the things that were not possible before, they are now possible. Okay, these are all new terms, but these are really, they've started entering the field. They have not yet come out. The swarm robotics, one of my students did PhD in it recently. So these are robots that working in team. They come in team. For example, agriculture. You want to cut the crop, correct? So we get laborers, 30, 40 laborers come, they work on it. Here we program the thing, these people will go, whether it is sun, shine, rain, they'll work on it. But they'll work together and they can communicate with each other. That do this, do that, so that this guy is done here, other guy needs more help, he'll say, now you come over here. So in agriculture, in a thing like earthquake, where they found somebody, so they'll call 10 robots, say, come, let's lift this guy up, right? So swarm robotics working in team to accomplish tasks. Then of course autonomous vehicles, everybody has seen it. Tesla and all are the leaders in it. The drones, nobody is there now. So lot of intelligence is put into that. They can do amazing things for the army and all. Medical robots, we just saw some things, they can do pinpoint surgery. Even in 1982 we had put down that this is possible, but we could not do it that time because the resources were not there. So it can help in 3 ways: surgery, healthcare, and patient care. After the thing is there, they can go and, the patient is alone, they can be programmed so the patient can talk to them, it can provide mental this thing. Humanoid robots are all over the place. Some of them are even given citizenships. Correct? You know which country gave the first citizenship? From Gulf country, right? Who said that? Yes. Which one? Saudi Arabia was there. Then UAE is also. Now, in Chennai, the school is going to have teaching robots. Mathematics and science, the teacher has to reply the same thing, and so now they have ordered something like 10 to 15 teaching robots. So the same robot can be a math teacher. After some time, it can be this thing. It can take them to the ground also. So all these things are possible. And of course, slightly they have started showing emotions, but that is also programmed emotions. Correct? But they are so natural that the credit goes to the programmer, the developer. But they will laugh. They will also understand that you are angry or not. Even there are some toy dogs they have made, robo dogs. If you are crying or something, they'll come, they'll make you feel good. Correct? Again, all these things are put in. So, but this is the trend. If something is good, millions of people will buy it. Correct? Still, they have not come down to the point where they are affordable. So, it is still at the stage where a lot of people are this thing. Augmented reality, everybody has heard. You put on the glasses. In that, you really experience, like Meta also. You feel that you make your avatar, you are there. Now, Reliance is very heavily into it from India. Correct? So, these are the things we talked about outside this thing. Now, one of the fastest growing field is Industry 4 and smart manufacturing. So industry can employ so many robots together. So Industry 4 is the standard now to develop robo and all the things. To develop, to have a certain quality of the part, and that you can go get only with the help of robots. The last that I want to talk to you about is RPA. Anybody heard about RPA? Yeah, can you just tell what is it? Correct. So those are real robots. So many robots you can touch and you can see, but for robotic process automation, these are software robots. So these are software, they can do work. For example, let's say people are registering for my thing. So there is somebody who takes the call, writes it down, fills up the form, it goes into data analysis, how many people came. All this thing, you give it to the software. The person on their side does not know. That's the software I'm talking to. But complete work be done. So now let's say for these 100 people came. But there are hospitals and all, where daily thousands of people are coming. So that one has now started coming into practice. So robot process automation. Then edge computing is basically distributed decision making. So where my hand is working here, I should do it or not, the decision will be made here rather than in the central computer. So the time is less. Now this cyber security is a different cyber security. It's a software that is constantly checking around, correct, for the thing. So this is another one. One software is for this thing, but there are many attacks different ways on the data and other things. So this is checking it. Of course, trends are there into sustainability is there, renewable energy, maintain solar panels and wind. So these are the trends that are active trends right now. There are many other trends in biology, and tiny robots are being made. They can be injected in your body. Nanotechnology is creating something that is the limit, the boundary between real human cell and the thing. They are trying to work on it. So if that is removed, you can have robotic chips in you, which computer will not. But these are the ones that I have said, which are actively, then you'll keep hearing about it. And if you are in an industry, if you are a student, want to do research or build a career, this will be very helpful to you. Okay? RPA is there. Okay, the last one that I want to talk about in the new trend is LiDAR. Just like radar. Anybody from this? We have young students here. Have you heard about it? It is something that, just like radar gives a sonar, this one sends light signals and it comes back. And let's say there is a vehicle going, on top you have put this LiDAR sensor. It can create the complete map, 3D map of the surroundings in a fraction of a second. So this is used by the Google and all the people, they want to create a map. It can help you. So these things, it's a sensor. You put it with a robot or a machine, it gives you intelligence, and then you act based on that intelligence. So for autonomous vehicles, this is a must. Agriculture, how the crop is doing. When you have acres and acres of land, you can pinpoint that, okay, maybe this is where there is more water required. Riverbed planning, architectural design, construction. So these are the trends that are coming in. Whether we like it or not, they are going to be with us. So now what we can do with them? So how to, the next question is, chalo, okay, I got that knowledge, but then what? How are you going to integrate? First of all, who are going to integrate these things? People in business. Because they are expensive now, but if putting 1 crore rupees, it is going to save 10 crore, maybe they'll get a loan and they'll make it happen. But it's not that easy. There are so many issues that are involved. Let's say I want to upgrade my factory and put something like that. Immediately I know it will take big investment. Who do I trust? Who are the integrators? Correct? So I made this thing small video here, or rather small, because this knowledge along with the trends, you put it together, it is going to be very useful. So they have given, let me find, okay, these are the steps. People who are from business or people who want to do research, because this is very highly paid career, because people who go into installing robotics and all, they are going to spend millions of dollars. So make sure you have support across the facility. Means if there are many decision makers, understand the potential scope of the project. Because some people say, just let's go and put one robot here and it will do it. It won't work. Identify your goals. You must be very clear about your goals. If you're not clear about the goals, somebody can take you on a ride. Okay, you did not tell us that you wanted to do this. Define your budget, because immediately you can go beyond budget and return on investment. Pick an integrator that has specialized in your application. So basically, if I'm in a painting application, I would look for an integrator or an expert of robotic technology in painting. Just because my friend is working in this, I said, you do it, it won't work. But even if I integrate, after that the training is very important. Because once it is integrated and that guy goes, your staff is not trained. So there are a lot of steps involved in integrating the thing. And so basically now we talked about various trends. We found out what is a robo, which is not a magic, right? Now the question is, how is the human race going forward? Okay, you all are aware of these things going on. I just focused on certain things. But where do you think human race is going and how should it go now? The trends are there. Yes. So he says that accept it positively, right? Make friends with it, right? But suppose because of robo, your 2 minutes, I'm done. Suppose because of robo, your job has gone. No, what I'm saying is that it's easy to say that make friends with robo, and we must make friends with it, because you like it or not, it's going to come. So your line of logic is good, but it is going to stir up the pot at various places. And right now, a lot of people are afraid, correct? They are afraid because, as I said about the cobots, correct? So 3 people were working together, now only one is there and the 2 are gone, right? ChatGPT, the architect says we don't want, they are gone. So how to do that? How to accept these challenges? And it's going to happen. A lot of people have already started. Even you go to the CA's office. A lot of things are number crunching and all. So suddenly, I mean, I heard that some of the CAs are going to en masse lay off people. More so in America I'm talking about. I was just there. So these things are going to happen. But is it good or bad for the society? We have to think that way. Correct? So let's go back. So these are the pain points of robotics. Loss of job, safety when you work with the cobot. It's possible that if the safety, it's like when you go for a ride also in a roller coaster. Something can go wrong, but the chances are very low. But it's an issue. Take over human race. Some people say, should we really do this? Let's stop it. One day they will be ruling us. Many movies are coming that way. Right? So, a lot of psychological things are there. How do we deal with it? Okay. I was going to talk about it, but that will be a different one. Okay. So, basically, we have to look at the robot as another species. It's not a machine anymore. Correct? Because human is body, mind, heart and soul plus something, we don't know where that lies. So the body is made of material elements, so the robots can be body wise also or software wise. So that one is done. They are just improving it. Mind means logic and intelligence. That's also being done now. Maybe we are at the smaller stage, but it's going up. Emotions and compassion, that is being programmed, but people say they may crack it, once they do it. And soul, nobody knows what it is. But first two parts are already there and galloping growth. It's like you look at it, the chimpanzees and gorillas were there. Then the human species came. Now while they were there, this was growing, right? And it surpassed it. You can't help it. Now in this case, that nature was doing it. Who is making the robots? Human beings, right? So we are creating it, but people think that it will go out of hand. So major decisions are made at the government level and all, mainly on the intelligence level. So how do we do it? These are the pain points. So first thing, we have to look at it that a new species is being born. Who is giving birth to that species? We. So we are creative role. We are playing a creative role. But since we are creating it, can we also make it good species? Correct? Now first we have to ask ourselves that are we good species or not? So these are the ethical questions that come to mind. Trends are there, new things will be coming, a robot is not a magic, it's all we are designing it. So when I show you a gun, is gun good or bad? How many people say it is bad? Everybody says bad. Is the gun bad or the user of the gun bad? Correct? So gun was designed for a purpose. But if you don't use it for that purpose, it's not gun's fault. Right? Same thing, floods, earthquakes, tornadoes, forest fires. These are natural things. The war. So they are coming, but still we are living with it, right? I mean, floods can come and destroy the whole villages, all the earthquakes. So we have to learn to live with them, because the force of robo is not going to be turned backwards. It's going to continue. Correct? So I'm talking about my take on this, and I'm with you. I thought you probably saw my presentation earlier. because what you're talking about, I know, but it's a lot of people are thinking like you, right? So better species is in the making. So it is stronger, we know that. It's more intelligent, it can become, and friendly. It's a golden opportunity to play a role of a mother or a creator. So let us make the best new species. People say, no, man is an architect of himself. So the new human race, now human race is, creating another one. So we can make it better. We have to think positive and enjoy the show. This is my favorite thing. We are somewhere, we are enjoying the show. That robots are being coming, this, that, it's being created. So natural phenomena, change is the natural phenomenon. Correct? So basically, if we create them, let's put the issues of sustainability, ethical, this thing, synergisty. So synergy means two things combine and make better than two together. 1 + 1 = 3. Loving, caring, sharing, meaningful. And I have coined a new word out here. I look at robot as a friend of men. Foeman. Correct? Not foe, FOE, friend of men. Correct? So, with that, I just want to tell you where my time is going to go now. So, basically, I was more in academics, not in industry, but I'm retiring from that phase into going into industry now. And I'm planning to do a lot of things here, which basically students' activities. The reason I'm saying is that anybody has any idea or they want to get into such fields, I'm open to that. So a lot of experience I can share with them. And here the goal should be to make a better society, to give back to Mother India. Correct? And couple of projects are going on right now that we are, one is GI for GI, Global Indians for Glorious India. So we are trying to create a network all over the world. The Indians who have gone there, now their roots have grown there, but their mind is still in India, heart is in India. So they want to give back to India. But how do they do it if there is not a good platform? So we are creating a platform where people who want to give back to India, they can start. A lot of AI will be part of it. So it's a global platform for technology transfer. And another thing that we are doing is we are trying to fuse AI, IoT, and robotics to create amazingly simple but hugely profitable inventions. Simple but profitable. So a lot of people are looking for it. And a lot of opportunities are there. Any place where there are a lot of problems, each one is an opportunity. So India has lots of opportunities. So we are working on those things. And time for questions. Anybody has any questions? I'm ready. And 5 minutes for that. Anybody has any specific question in mind? I would be available also in future in AMA. Yes, please. Yeah. Just 1 second. Mic is there. Yes.
मैं यह पूछना चाहता हूँ कि रोबोट्स जो हैं वो एयरक्राफ्ट की सेफ्टी के लिए कैसे उसका क्या पर्पस रहेगा सेफ्टी के लिए एयरक्राफ्ट की?
Okay. As I told you, robots are programmed by human beings.
Yes.
So whatever safety that we can put in with the human being, we have put it. Correct?
Yes.
Now you can be innovative. That this robot can be outside the. I'm just guessing if I have to design something like that, because basically the safety, we are talking about not the mechanical safety. We are talking about terrorism, right?
Yeah.
So we have to be smarter than the terrorists, right?
Yeah.
So if they are on the board, how to identify them by their movement, by their expressions, right? And
Yes.
if they take control, how to immediately neutralize them,
Yes.
correct, without their knowledge. So I'm sure the defense and all, they are working on it, right? But this is a great place where you can do your research,
Yes, sir.
correct? It's
Thank
a
you very
great
much.
idea. Thank you. Yes. Yes.
Was there like in US and UK, some government is putting regulation or some rules about some bad like news about AI affecting the society. So what about in India, like whether any regulation or
It will definitely come when the damage starts happening, correct? Like deep fake. They've started putting it. So in India, because of the whatever decision making body, things are little late than, like Europe and UK, and they will act very fast, right? The reason is that I told you, people are abusing the technology. If it is a good technology, it will go there. So because of that abuse, a common man or even the government's security does not get compromised. So that's why they are putting it in. They are working on it.
so AI is going to be take a lot of jobs. So or it will be better for society. So I mean, there is a
Yeah, see, the thing is, it will take jobs, but it will take those jobs that are menial or that are repetitive. So the person who loses the job, I'm sure government will do something to upgrade the skills, correct? Because it's not happening en masse right now. Its fear is there. But the man is a smart animal. It's not going to just sit, my job is gone, I'm going to go on strike. It will become more innovative. The society will become more innovative. Correct? Yeah.
Thank
please. Yeah.
AI જે છે
Right.
એ more or less એવું લાગે છે બે ધારી તલવાર જેવું.
Right.
એટલે એના વિશે જરા બે મિનિટ કંઈક કહો તો.
Okay. So basically it says it's two sides to AI. One is good side, one is the bad side. Correct? Now, as I showed the gun, it also has two sides, although it has only one barrel. Correct? So how we use the bad side? Because anything that you take, people will be there to abuse it. So AI is an instrument. It's a technology. How people are going to use it, and that's why the regulations are coming, where it cannot be used in a bad way. But how can you stop a person who wants to design a nuclear bomb and destroy the world? Correct? How can you stop? Because he could be working anywhere. So you put all the mechanism to catch such a person, because where is he getting the material, all those things, right? So 100% AI has both positive and negative. That's why I said that the students and researchers and all, they should go more into it. And that is also the cyber security robots. They go into people who abuse the system. They are helping catch those people. So it's AI versus AI will also come. Just like a bad person is there, a good person is going to tackle him. Same thing, AI will come against AI. Yes. Where is the mic idhar hai? हाँ बोलो.
Get the help from robots, and where is affordable? Number one. Number two, Ronak has referred
The mic, use so I can hear it.
when you are addressing, in beginning you said you are actually helping these mentally retarded people to buy the robots.
Yes, it is possible. See, to deal with handicapped or mentally disabled people, correct, it requires a lot of patience. It requires continuous effort and awareness. If the robot can be programmed so that it can give the medication at the right time. It can be trained that these are the symptoms, this is what will happen, correct? So instead of keeping a person full time, now even if you put the person gets tired, he has a family at home, right? Where the robot can be give 24/7 help. So that's what I'm saying, that is one thing, that affordability, but like even if you put one person full time, right now daily charges are such that it may go to 25,000-30,000 a month, right? So per year it could go to 2-3 lakh rupees. So if en masse or in large quantity these are made, then the cost will come down, correct? So it's there, but right now we are at the very beginning of all these things. So the cost is high from that point of view, right? Yes, last question.
Sir, if
Yes.
we have some ideas regarding the artificial intelligence, then do Geo Institute provide funding?
Geo Institute?
Yes.
There is a program where you have to be eligible for it.
Okay.
And they do have funding. Unfortunately, I had some brochures. If anybody wants to know more about Geo Institute, correct? The website is there. And anybody after this, I'll give you my number. So I can send it to you, correct? But they do give scholarship. They do give, depending on the economic conditions of the family, they do also help you in various different ways, financial ways. And of course, you can get a loan because of if you are admitted in the course.
No, sir, I'm not talking about the course. If I have some artificial intelligence idea, for example, I'm working in sustainability and I have some integration idea to implement AI in the sustainability.
Correct.
Then
Okay.
they give...
So Geo Institute is only third year, only 2 years are finishing, correct? They definitely have it, but Reliance has a big startup fund, Reliance Industries, or rather Reliance Foundation. So if something good is there, you can put a proposal and it can be sent to them. So they do help.
Okay.
They do help. But there are so many other things also. I mean, what they are helping is similar to what other incubators are helping. Right?
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Shodhan. That was a very, very interesting talk. It was interactive. And as I'm said, and on behalf of AMA, I'm very happy that there is an audience across all age groups, because this is not a particular subjective topic. It applies across life, across so many industries, across so many sectors. So we had a good, wonderful perspective about robotics right from the history and how robotics have changed. There was robotics even in the 30s and 40s. You could see in those movies in the 60s also. But how artificial intelligence, modern computing, and the memory especially, what example you gave of the mobile phone, that has changed things drastically, and how it has evolved and how it is the future. And the common thing, as I've used this example often, like, the threat of technology by Kiduke, double-edged sword, it is everywhere. Since time immemorial, we had tools. Any tools are used, misused, and abused. The common kitchen knife, which is used for cutting vegetables or cutting a birthday cake, if somebody's intention is bad, he will use it for murder. So it will apply to any tool whatsoever, the humans invent. So, but let's look at the positive side. Have so many things, computer-based robotics today, especially in the healthcare, robotic surgeries. You see today, 10 years ago, knee transplant, today so many of them are done through that. So many eye surgeries, precision surgeries, where earlier we were threatened robotics will be very expensive. But over a period of time, the way computers have become cheaper, that formula that every 2 years that computing speed goes earlier, the cost will be half, that will apply across the thing. So let's hope that robotics will make human life much easier, better, and will also create more jobs. Okay, when computers were coming into industry and job, I remember a particular branch, I will not name the bank and branch, and our employees strike par jaya tha ke computers aavse to hamari nokri jashe. So if I do the reverse, aaj cash counting machine nahi aapi hai, let's employ more people to count the cash, I'm sure nobody will come. So it's always like that. So thank you once again, Ronak Bhai, and thank you for the wonderful audience for coming in large numbers. And have a wonderful weekend. And you can, as Ronak Bhai said, you can always get in touch with him. He's more than happy to be a mentor and help others for this technology. Thank you so much, and wish you a very good evening. Yeah.